Okay. So the first thing we got up is this game called Rend, which came up at PAX East,
Actually,
right?
yep.
And Benthens knows about this, but we'll watch the video real quick, and then Benthens can take it over. Should be okay.
They have a cave troll.
So they described it as like an MMO, MOBA, and something else, right? RPG, first-person shooter to a small degree, or third-person shooter.
Let me guess. These people are connected heavily to nature, and they have to rid the world of evil. They have to get the evil out of their
To
nature.
rid the
Make
world
it-
of the other players.
Yeah.
And attach their ponytails to people's butts.
That's why I had to cut mine off.
Looks like a mix between WoW and Overwatch.
I'll explain a little bit of that as he walks away.
Still here?
It'd be funny if he poked just his head out.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna ice cream. Anyhow, so that was Ren's really early kind of gameplay of what was going on. So about Ren was just showing off at PAX East 2017. Is Frost Keep Studios first project that they're going to be working on. It's a group of ex devs from Blizzard, Riot, Carbine Games, the guys that did Wildstar. They all have tons of years of experience. I think 4 of them out of like the 6 that it's on their website all worked for Blizzard at one point in time, working on the original WoW, Burning Crusade, a lot of the arena aspect of it all for PvP. One of them was a main game designer for Overwatch, so that's why it probably feels a little Overwatchy, as Ice was saying. So Rend is a survival MMO game that kind of twists between aspects from different genres that they call great aspects, and they want to kind of merge it into one game. So there's 3 different factions. It's like purple, orange, and green or something like that. I can't remember the exact faction names.
Fuck the colorblind.
Conclave, Order, and Revenant.
Yep.
Doesn't really matter what the names are.
But at the beginning, they said for early access and all that, while they're getting servers tested, there'll be 20 to 30 players per faction. So you're looking at 60 to 90 players on a server. And of course, it's in a fantasy setting with other world kind of plays into it. And I can't fucking talk today. Holy shit. There will be private servers, they already said. So if you don't like having to wait or anything, you can always jump to a private server. But the main servers will have every week there will be the reckoning, I think they called it, where you as a server will vote on when the reckoning will happen during the week. So you can actually put in your voice on saying like 8 o'clock's better for me and vote for that.
Yeah, I had seen they said that when you choose a server, the times were set.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's all voting every week.
Okay.
So, and basically what the reckoning is the barrier falls, waves of monsters attack, and after the waves of monsters, PvP happens. And that basically the PvP continues going until the barrier goes back up.
So it's the purge.
Kind of. But the PvP is only limited when the reckoning happens. And then once the barrier goes back up, you basically have to rebuild again. From what it seems, it looks like, from what I've read, the barrier only goes back up once a faction dies. I could be wrong. There's still limited information on it. So that's where the PvP is. Basically, once that faction dies, they can't join that server for the time being, from what it looks like. So they can jump onto something else, watch battles. I don't know. Like I said, really small information on that.
So you're saying whoever's in when the reckoning starts is locked in, so other people can't join and participate?
They don't have the information on that. If they're locked in, like you have 15 people, but each other faction has 20.
Yeah, that would be tough.
But they're limiting it right now, like I said, to 20 to 30 for server stability and for fairness.
And the part of it, from what I was reading, was that they want to create these small communities where you know everybody on the server pretty much.
Yeah.
So when you are on and they're on probably at the same time, you can mess with each other and you get to know each other, or you can create alliances or something and stuff like that. There's seasons, right?
Yep.
Well, it's like I said before, that's definitely one of the most major important things about a game like that is creating the community element. That's what makes those games fun. Without community, the game just ends up being a big, eventually boring.
You think they had that conversation? Look, if we don't find a way to make some communities in this game, then it could fail.
And they're also adding, like
That's
I
why
said,
there's
private
small
servers
servers,
where you
so.
can host your own server
Yeah.
if you don't like what their hosted servers are. As for the seasons, servers will host seasons that have an ending with one faction winning before the starting of a new season. So basically, once one faction is left, they win.
And you win the tree?
You win the tree. You win items and stuff. Or
And
not
nobody
items.
can win too, right? Can't everybody be killed?
Yeah.
I think all sides
like
can be killed too. So
Yeah, because like I said, when the barrier goes down, hordes of enemies attack you. Not just players, like actual just mobs like that in that scene there. But player carry over from season to season, so your character will move over to the next season. There will be certain skills that will carry over and certain skills that are only for that season. So
you don't lose everything you've worked for.
yeah, you don't lose everything. From what I've read, you don't have to be a warrior. You can actually be a gatherer, like to get materials or what they call it, rend and stuff like that, to build up your defenses and everything.
Yeah.
So if your playstyle is not to go out and
So everybody has a purpose.
You can be a harvester, you can be a crafter,
you can
That kind of
gather
thing.
herbs for healing and everything. So
or build. It looks like they're building structures, right?
and they got physics to it. It looks like
Yeah.
so. The overview. It's a short overview, so some of it I might be repeating, but it's actually from their page. This hybrid survival game summons players to align with one of three factions before they drop into a beautiful but brutal fantasy world where they must strategically team up with players and friends to battle enemy creatures and rival factions in a relentless competitive race towards ascension.
Did you see the glutes on that guy? Woo!
It's featuring PvP and PvE. Rend challenges the traditional survival game blueprint with her introduction of player factions, RPG elements, win-loss conditions, and massive accumulating war experience never before witnessed by players in this genre. In Rend, players choose how they interact and participate in the world and are immediately connected to a larger community that creates a place and purpose for every type of new player.
So can I just like go out and sit outside a fort with a little tin cup asking for change?
I think you can, but you might get shunned. They might not like you. But this is a game that I'm going to keep my eye on. It is on Steam right now, but you can't like purchase or anything. You can only look at information and their gameplay video that's right here. So
Man,
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be releasing more information sometime soon. So we'll be on the lookout for that.
interested, I'll link in Twitch right now. The game so you can look at some of the key features if you feel like it.
it looks fantastically generic.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's fairly early too, based on the
Oh, yeah.
textures and all that. So